Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. My name is Michaela. This morning I have a 2016 Platinum 5-horse gooseneck. This one is a fresh trade-in we just got. It actually has not been through our shop yet. We have taken it to the acid wash and we have taken it to the tire shop. So it is clean. It's got 5 brand new tires underneath it. Has not been through our shop. So we're gonna see it pre-shop process. And what you guys need to know about that is that our shop process is much more extensive than anything I have ever seen at other dealerships, just as far as taking it in and running it through nose to tail with a fine-tooth comb and fixing all the little things, not just the big safety items. The first thing they're gonna do is do an alignment. All of our used trailers do get an alignment, which I didn't even know was possible on trailers until I worked here. So if you think about it, you do get alignments on your tow vehicles. It makes sense to have your trailer towing straight behind you as well. So they're gonna go ahead and align those axles, make sure it pulls nice and straight, and then they're gonna run through everything else. They're gonna check all of your lights, all of your seals, your roof seals, your window seals. They're gonna check all the welds, they're gonna check the floor, they're gonna check tie rings. Looks like this one's got a broken tie ring right there. The plexiglass is missing from almost all of it right there. It's in that front tack room, so we will see it. They'll get that installed in there for us. They're gonna check your brakes, your bearings, your hubs. They're gonna check your 7-pin, make sure that works. They're gonna check all of your license plate lights. They're gonna check your keys, everything on this trailer. They're gonna make sure it works. All your dividers need to latch and unlatch properly. This one's got a folding rear tack that needs to work properly as well. All of those smaller things just to make it work as easily as possible for you guys, not just we're going to check brakes and we're sending it on our lot. So very extensive. We hope it gives you guys a lot of peace of mind buying used trailers at Transwest because of that. So you guys can see it's got brand new tires on the ground. Does have a brand new spare on it as well. So we just did that yesterday, I believe. Got steel wheels under it here. Does have a couple tie rings on this side. You guys can see it's got the plexiglass slats there. Right now they're open air gaps. So you guys have the ability to take those out and get open airflow in the summertime. And then again, the plexiglass is in the tack room, so that will be installed for wintertime use when you want to close it up a little bit more. I've got one big light up there over your tie rings, so always good to have visibility on both sides, because you guys can see we just have the back side of our tack room right here, which is very long. It's a nice big tack room up there, so you're not going to be necessarily tacking on this side as first choice, but if something comes up and you need to tack up over here, we've got lights there for you guys on this trailer. This one is 8 feet wide, so we don't have a full length running board, and we have our ladder mounted right here on the side. This is going to get you up into your hay rack up there. It's just a rack, it's not a pod, but really good extra storage up there. You are going to maybe rodeo out of this trailer, you want to throw some hay bales up there or some shavings bales, you could throw those up there as well. Going to make our way around to our load space back here. This one is a step up. There is no rear ramp on this trailer. And I mentioned folding rear tack, so we'll start right here on our tack room side. We do have the kick mat right here on this wall as well with your bridle hooks above it, which is great. So when you do store your bridles on here, your extra halters, nose bands, stuff that has metal, either rings or clips, they're going to be bouncing back and forth on this. So it's nice to, even though this isn't for your horse area, it's just gonna protect your equipment and protect your trailer right here, prevent those black streaks from coming up. I do have a sliding bus window up here as well, so it gets you a little bit of ventilation within your tack room there. Over here inside of our tack room, we have our saddle stand right here. This is on a removable post, and there actually is a location in your front tack room. So if you wanted to move this up front and have this kind of more as your broom closet for your pitchforks, your brooms, your muck tubs, your water buckets. Maybe you just want to throw a couple bales of hay or shavings back here because you don't have a tractor to get up there with. You guys can use it however you need to. This does come out, but you can also have your saddles right here. Locating them back here makes it super easy to work off of either side that way. Looks like you're going to get 4 of them right here. And then we've got additional bridle hooks up there behind that saddle rack as well. So you guys can utilize those with or without the saddle rack in place. Maybe you want to hang some hoses back there when you pull the saddle rack out. You've got options, or you can take that out and you can fold this wall over up against right here. Kind of give you guys more open space if you're trying to load bigger items in here. If you need to take a side-by-side or an ATV with you, could really open up that space right there. We do have a light up there for your loading light to get in and out of this trailer. So we also have a head bumper up there too. So if you do have horses that like to back up really quickly, when they do that, they like to elevate with their heads. This is nice that they're gonna hit that instead of hitting your trailer. Just protects your horses that way. Inside of this trailer, we do have solid dividers, meaning they're solid right here at their shoulder, as well as solid in their head grill. So this is gonna be solid and solid around right there. They do have padding on the dividers as well as at their chest. So you've got your mangers right here. They'll have that padding right there as well as on both sides. And then solid here, just nice if you guys do have horses that when they're eating out of this, they don't like to have other horses be able to see them. They don't see other horses. Works better, keep your horses a little bit calmer that way. You do have the feed trough right in front of them, but you also have 2 tie rings. So if you're wanting to hang a hay net or a hay bag, you can still do that as well. If you want to tie up a water bucket, you can do that as well. And then they did have window screens installed, which is great because you'll see when we get around, when you drop these drop windows down, they don't have jail bars right there. So the window screen is great to keep their heads in when you do want to drop those windows down for that extra ventilation, and just also protects against anything on the road debris kicking up in here, protects their face and their eyes that way. And then padded dividers all around. They also have these clips on them right here with D-rings on every divider that will allow you to clip all of these wide open. So if you wanted to kind of run this as like an open stock space, again, you'll have all of your dividers that will clip to each other right here. So they'll stick out a little bit, but it would give you the option to really run this wide open. If you had mares and foals, again, like we discussed, maybe a side-by-side or an ATV you need to get in here, you can do that. It's just already built in with that. Up on your right-hand side, we have a couple interior lights up there. And then we also have that full length, which is typically like a tie rail that we've installed over there, or that the customer had installed over there. I know when they traded it in, they were telling me they used it to hang up like saddle blankets and stuff up there. So it gets really good airflow up there by those open air gaps to dry those off. And again, didn't really have pad racks in our rear tack there, so you could hang up your pads there however you need to. Right now, my trailer actually is parked at my house, and I don't really use it very often, and I have all of my blankets and stuff laid over my dividers. If you're just using it as storage like that, kind of in your off season, if you want to hang up all your winter blankets right there and pull those out as you need to on days like this, that would actually work really well for that. So kind of a cool concept right there. Taking you guys up to the roof. This is an aluminum sheeted roof. You guys are going to notice does have hail damage. It's going to be really hard to see in our photos online, but I'm going to try and point this out the best I can in my video here. And I do, when I post this trailer online, I like to tell people it does have hail damage on the roof as well as the driver's side. So you guys can see when you're checking the roof up out there, it's going to have those hail dings. They're mostly favored towards this side, but you'll get a little bit on the passenger side as well. I think the wind really blew it in from that way. Also have a two-way roof fence over all those stalls there. So you can kind of pop those open either direction, however you need to get some really good airflow through here. And on the back side of our collapsible rear tack wall, we've got some extra hooks there as well. So again, if you're hanging blankets and stuff up in here, you can have some extra storage right there. It never hurts to have too much storage in these trailers. We'll step out and around to our head side over here. So this is the side that also has hail damage. Again, right now, I really can't see it. It's gonna be really hard for you guys to see. You really cannot see it in our photos online either. But if you park this trailer in the sun and face it at just the right angle at a very certain direction, you guys can see it's got a lot of hail dings on this side. I'm just gonna be honest, it does, and I have a picture of that at just the right angle. I can text it to you guys, so please feel free to reach out and I can send you that photo. But again, we had to turn it in just the right light with just the right sun angle to really see it, and then when we do, you can really see it. There's a lot of it, but as you guys can see right now, you really can't see it. So that's kind of how that hail damage works on this trailer. We've got tie rings on this side as well. And then I mentioned our drop down windows, not having the jail bars behind them. You guys will see the jail bars do drop down with them on this trailer. So having those window screen installed is really nice for that purpose. You can drop these down and your horses are not gonna be like dogs sticking their head out the window. We wanna keep them safe in there. If you're not going to drop down these windows, they do still have your sliding bus window in there though. You guys can utilize that as well. And then this trailer had mangers, so you do get manger storage. You're just going to have 2 doors. So the windows that are dropped down right now do not have doors behind them. We just have this door and then this door up here. You guys are looking way up here. So you'll have your one small door you guys just peeked in, and then you'll have your one big door up here. So this door would be the really good one to get your bigger items in if you're going to store your water buckets in here, your grain bags, your grain buckets. Store all that in there with the big door, and then of course you do get some hooks in there as well. So again, hanging hoses, the dirtier items that you don't want maybe in your front tack. Nice to have the manger storage right there with that. The tie rings all the way up here on this side. Looks like all of those are intact on this side. Drop windows on all of them. You'll have a drop window on your escape door as well. And then you do have an escape door right here that will lead into your first stall, which is a stud wall. So if you guys are using this as extra storage space, I mean, this one's really jam-packed with storage. You're gonna have your hay rack, you're gonna have your mangers, you're gonna have your rear tack. You've got a lot of storage on it already, but if you need an extra, you do have your stud wall with your escape door. You can throw, just if you're going on a quick trip and you don't need to haul 5 head, you could throw all your hay and your shavings and your grain in there instead. But tons of options on this guy. All the way up here at that front dressing room, finally, we saw in the beginning of this video, we saw that really big long wall it had over there. Right here on our door, we've got 2 brush trays, as well as our sliding bus window. So again, more storage right here for your smaller items. You want to keep those up off the floor, just toss those guys in there. Step up getting in, gets a little slippery in the snow. So I'm just going to grab both sides as I step in. But down there on the floor, you guys are checking out. I mentioned it had plexiglass. I wasn't lying, it's right here. So this is going to get installed in those open air gaps on your hip side. Looks like it's got all the pieces. Carpet floor, carpet partition wall right here. I love the full carpet. If you guys wanted more hanging space, you could really install, or our shop could install. You got to find those support beams there, but they could install a ton of more hooks on this wall for you guys if you wanted to. You could do a high row and a low row. You could maybe, I've had customers come in and kind of make up their own shelving units and install in here if you want to turn this more into a little weekender package. I know we have another Platinum in stock right now, 2019, that has this whole front area they've turned into a little weekender. So you guys have tons of room in this area to outfit it how you want to. If you want to move your saddles up here, that's going to be right here. You've got your spot in your roof and your floor to install that saddle rack right there. So that's where that goes. If you're wanting to switch all your tack up here. Kind of a blank slate over here on this wall as well. Again, kind of finish it out how you want to. You could come in and line and insulate this, add some cabinetry, add an electrical package to this trailer. We could do that here as well, add some outlets and your 30-amp package and all that. Again, just a really nice size blank slate to do what you want. We do have an interior light in here, so you guys have some visibility in here. Over on our drop wall, we do have a really large oversized boot box here. So I'll pop these open for you. Tons of space. There's no divider in the middle down there, so you'll have that full open space to store stuff in, to keep it up off the floor. You can stick all your stuff in there and keeps it contained. Also acts as a bench if you're changing your boots, changing your clothes. Also works as a step getting up into your nose, which is also carpeted. So you guys did need to spend some time up there, you could. Plenty of room to get an air mattress or a full-size mattress up there. Again, if you're turning this into a weekender, good usable space up there. You could also line and insulate that. Kind of warm it up a little bit in here for you. It's got bus windows up there, so you do have that ventilation. It's got another interior light over on your left-hand side over there. You guys see lots of frost on the roof in here, but there is gonna be hail up here as well. Remember we saw it in the stall area? It's also gonna be up here. I don't see, again, it's just cosmetic, just a lot of little dings. I don't see anywhere that has compromised the integrity of this trailer in any sort of way. I can't imagine it's gonna leak from any of those little dents. None of them came through, but again, this is fully gonna go through our shop and they're of course gonna check all that. Be really careful stepping out. Again, this step gets really slippery when it's got some snow on it there. Got a couple dings on the door there, but again, just cosmetic. Really structurally sound trailer here from what I've seen and what I've been through it so far. Does have a manual crank jack on it. That is something our shop can do if you're looking for upgrades. I personally bought one here with a manual crank jack, and I would not take it home until it had an electric jack. Our shop does those all the time, so we can definitely do that for you guys. And it's actually already got this aluminum battery box over here. It is empty, so there is nothing in there, but it's already got the box. So you could install a battery in there, save parts that way by saving on the battery box itself. But then we'll throw a battery disconnect switch on there and the electric jack. And then again, brand new, full size, matching spare tire over here. With it being 8 foot wide, we've got plenty of room to install that electric jack right there and keep that tire where it's at. They will go through this as well. Typically, a lot of our used trailers end up needing a 7-pin. That's just kind of almost a given at this point. So they'll look at that and make sure that works. But you do have your safety chains, your breakaway brake cable as well, which typically the breakaway system also always needs a battery. So that's something we expect to replace as well. This one here will be 27 feet on the floor. Again, it's a 2016 Platinum 5-horse, has not been through our shop, but has been to the acid wash and has 5 brand new tires. We'll get fully serviced before it rolls out of here. If you guys have any questions, you want me to text you that picture of the hail on the driver's side, be more than happy to. Let me know that stock number. It's right there. It's 5U250074. Again, my name is Michaela. I am glad to help you guys out. My phone number is 303-918-6367. You guys can call me or text me. And then my email, michaela.hall@transwest.com. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Stay warm out there, and we'll see you. I'll be back with you guys on Friday. Have a great week.